Hi, I'm Roy Murphy. You're watching the Bitconnect YouTube channel. Coming up in today's video, Bitconnect 101, an introduction to the Bitconnect system. Hi, I'm Roy Murphy and you're watching the very first video number 1 of the Bitconnect system. And as this is our first video, we should probably start at the beginning. So let's make a beginner's guide as to what Bitconnect actually is. So how do we say this in simple terms? So let's assume that you have no knowledge of Bitconnect, but you have some knowledge of Bitcoin. So you understand what a cryptocurrency is, specifically Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is very important to this system because it works in tandem. So we should start from the beginning. Let's look at where we should start from. So Bitconnect is a platform, and the best way of explaining it is a cryptocurrency in its own right. It has its own blockchain. You can mine it. It's a decentralized system, so nobody owns it. And it's also something much bigger than that. Bitconnect is a platform, so it's a trading platform, and it's also an investment platform, and that's what we're going to dig into right now. So where you need to be for all English-speaking countries, it should be, and if we look at our little mouse here, it should be bitconnect.co, bitconnect.co, and make sure that it's the HTTPS, which makes it secure. Don't forget your little secure icon over here. If it's anything other than this, you're probably in the wrong place. Now, if you look at the home page, you can probably see the first thing you read is the cryptocurrency revolution, build trust and reputation in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ecosystem with open source platform. Now already that doesn't read like English. So yes, you're right. Now since I've been using the Bitconnect platform, there have been massive improvements daily with the system itself, and we'll dive into that. But if we scroll all the way down to start with, we'll scroll right down to the bottom. And if you look at the international or the non-international, the localized global sites, you can see you got Vietnam, South Korea, India, Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, Cambodia and Philippines. Now these are the main countries where this is being heavily pushed right now, because that is where all of the technical ideas are coming from. That's where all the infrastructure is for certainly the website. And because these are emerging markets that haven't been tapped, Bitconnect is hitting them first. So if you're in the UK like me, or you're in North America, if you're USA or Canada, it's just as popular there, but the emerging countries are actually much more important at this particular point in time. It's still a very young technology, but it is amazing. I've been in the industry for many years. I've played with pretty much all of them, and this is the one that blows me away, which is why we've dedicated a whole channel to it, because it's very easy to learn, but it's also quite difficult to get your head around some of the nuances and work. There's some hacks there to be had. So whilst we're in the footer of the website anyway, you can see there's some really useful links to find some basic information about what it is. Things like what is Bitconnect, there's information on the exchanges, there's local news, and there's news on Bitcoin and on Bitconnect. And it gives you an idea about mining, how you can mine Bitconnect, but we're getting well ahead of ourselves, starting to talk about mining pools and volatility software. So we should probably start looking at the beginning, at the top, and start to look and log in. So I'm already logged in, so where I've got dashboard and log out, you'll have a login and a register area here. So to get registered, all you need to do is click the register button. You'll have a little pop-up that will ask you to put in your first name, your surname, your email address, and for you to create a username. Once you've created that username and click send, it will send an email to the email address that you've provided with a link that will ask you to authenticate who you are. Obviously by going to your email address, you will have then verified that you are at least the destination email address that you said you are, and you will then be able to go to the dashboard or login. So you go to the login area, type in your username that you've created, and you will come to this page. So let's start from the beginning. At the top you've got the 3 denominated currencies. So you've got some reserve currencies. You've got the main central reserve currency US dollars, you've also got the euro, and you've got British sterling pound. So what you're seeing here, the numbers underneath here represent the price of Bitcoin in dollars, in euros and pounds. The reason why you see both and you see different rates here is because on a daily changing cycle at midnight, GMT or UTC, so we are in the UK, we're obviously UTC, we're Greenwich Mean Time, but we are in British summertime, which means obviously in the spring we go forward 1 hour and then we go back an hour in the fall. So we are now GMT plus 1, which is why all the transactions happen, or all of the volatility software that is used gets aggregated at 1 AM, and then during the fall it will be midnight. So that's an important thing you'll come to see later on when we go through the system. So the first thing you'll see is here you've got minus 0.03% in dollars, 0.02% in euros, and 0.09% in sterling. And the reason why they're different is because you've got the different trading between pounds and dollars, dollars and euros, and so on. So if it's lower there and higher there, so it's had a bit of a loss in pounds, so that means the dollar during the last 24 hours is actually gained strength against the pound. So what you have here, most people will look at the dollar sign because that is at the moment and historically has been the global reserve currency, trading currency for oil and gold and whatever. So you'll find that Bitcoin and Bitconnect, everything will be shown in US dollars, and the current value of a Bitcoin as of recording is $4,208.32. This is a live feed, so every time you refresh you get the updated value. And then you have here 1 BCC. Now this has changed recently. It used to say Bitconnect coin, and it used to give you the value. So the value is here, and it's $1.2620. So that is the value of the Bitconnect coin. So underneath that, so this is the main header. Underneath you've got the subheader. You have your referral link here. So this is a link. So if you copy this and post this into your website, any of your social media, this will be a link so that people can sign up under you. And we'll go through the reasons why that can be important and also financially lucrative when you start using the system. If you start telling people, family and friends, and they start using it and they use you as a referral, there is 7% referrals for every time someone makes an investment. So let's look underneath here. So you have Bitcoin Cash Wallet. We won't look at that now because that's something new. We'll go into Bitcoin Cash in another video. So these are the three main areas that you need to look at, which is your subheader. So you have your lending wallet, which is always in dollars. You have your Bitconnect wallet, which is your Bitconnect coins. And then you have your Bitcoin wallet. Now, the biggest problems I've seen in most YouTube videos that cover Bitconnect is the first step prior to actually getting your Bitconnect coins. And the hardest thing, if you don't have any cryptocurrency, you don't have any Bitcoins, is the process of actually acquiring them. So you can look on, go to bitcoin.org, you can find out all the information you need to actually find information on how you acquire Bitcoins. Because before you can buy Bitconnect wallets, you have to bring them into this wallet here. So let's just assume for 1 second that you don't have any Bitcoins. So you need to buy some, invest some, or get someone to send you some. You will need to either have a personal Bitcoin wallet on your computer or laptop or on your smartphone. And there are lots of places. I personally use blockchain, blockchain.io. I'm based in the UK, so they have an exchange where I can move money into my bank account anywhere in the EU. Anywhere in the world, but you have to be living and registered at your address, because you have to register your address like you would with a bank in order to cash out any value of any of your cryptocurrencies into your local trading fiat currency. Me personally, it's sterling. It may be euros, it could be dollars, it could be any other currency, but it doesn't matter. So let's cover quickly the area of Bitcoin that you will have to bring in. So If you look down here further and we scroll down a little bit, you get the Bitcoin wallet and Bitconnect wallet. So you've got receive Bitcoin, BTC, that's the acronym for Bitcoin. Some trading platforms will say BTX, but BTC or BTX is Bitcoin, or receive Bitconnect, and their acronym is BCC, Bitconnect Coin. So you've got receive, and you have these buttons here, deposit, Bitconnect. So if you're going to send Bitcoin, you will need to click this button and it will go through to a pop-up area where you can actually scan with your smartphone, and there, or you can copy this address here. So you can either go there and then copy. That is the destination address. It's like a bank account where you can send your unique address some tokens or equivalent money in dollars or pounds or euros or yen or yuan. And then scroll further down, you've got send Bitcoin and send Bitconnect. So this is for transferring Bitconnect to a different wallet, to either a hard copy on your own hard drive, and send Bitcoin, which can either be a desktop wallet, which is on your computer, or on your smartphone, or you can send it to your wallet, your web wallet on an exchange. And this is where I keep my offline Bitcoins. So where would you find a Bitcoin address? Now I'll tell you where I use mine, but the best way to look is to look at a place called coinmarketcap.com. So what is a market cap? A market cap is the market capitalization of cryptocurrency. So the daddy of them all, the king of the crypto market, is the one we've all heard of, and it's the number one for many reasons. It is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is number one. It has a market capitalization of $69,559,109,757. So market capitalization is how much currency is circulating in the system. Let's restart. So the current price is $4,172.05 per Bitcoin. So the circulating supply is the amount of coins, the amount of Bitcoins in circulation that have been generated, is 16,590,737 Bitcoins in circulation out of a total of 21 million that will ever exist. So more than 2/3 already exists, and the reason why there's a hard limit, it's like gold. So in the olden days, the dollar used to be gold backed. It used to be on the amount of a finite commodity, a finite substance that, there's only a certain amount that exists. When the New World was found, it was very easy. You go to a river and you could pan it out of the river, and then the more you take out, the less there is, and then it creates a bigger industry for actually getting an amount of gold out. So, as an analogy, Bitcoin is very similar with the mining. We'll put a whole video describing mining in depth, both mining Bitcoin and Bitconnect coin. So Bitconnect can also be mined. So this is the background of the circulating supply, and obviously the longer it goes on, the less there is and the harder it is to mine. So if you're mining gold today, you need big plant machinery, you need a big enterprise to be able to do it. The costs are higher, the effort is higher, and there are less and less people doing it. So that's how Bitcoin works with the mining. So mining is done on a finite element which uses computing power instead of quarry machinery. And then underneath that we have the 24-hour volume. So this is the amount in dollars that has been bought in the last 24 hours. So that is $1.7 billion worth of Bitcoins has been bought, traded. So it's the volume that has moved hands. So this is velocity. So it's got quite a high velocity, but there are lots of big traders trading Bitcoin now, including banks, including reserve currencies. So many people are trading it now. So the daily change, it's gone up 6.81%, and that's the graph over 7 days. So that's Bitcoin. We'll talk about Bitcoin more in detail. And if we scroll down to say number 13, bear in mind there are literally hundreds and hundreds in this list, and Bitconnect as a global player is actually number 13. It's very, very new relatively compared to the others, which have been going for 6, 7, 8 years. Bitconnect has a market cap of, currently, as of recording, $855 million. And the current price is $125.35, and there's 6.8 million in circulation, and the 24-hour trading volume is $10.6 million. And the value, this figure here, has gone up 6.42% in the last 24 hours. So that is the market capitalization. But we digress because we're talking about Bitcoin and how you get Bitcoin. So a good place would be to start with either downloading a web wallet. If you have a web wallet, there's no way of you purchasing. There's an area for you to send it, so it's like a savings account in essence. But Bitcoin, you're going to need to actually buy Bitcoin at an exchange. So if we look at the Bitcoin website, so the website would be bitcoin.org. And if we go to resources and then go to exchanges, Bitcoin actually lists some of the biggies. So we have the international section over here, we have European, and then we also have all the others, and there's some for the US and the UK. Some of them I can recommend, many I've used. Coinbase is one of the biggest if you're in the US or Canada. Just an aside, now some of these exchanges have higher rates than others. So, you know, many of you in the crypto area may have heard of Coinbase, for instance. So if you are in North America, this may be the one for you. But if you are going to use Coinbase, I would actually suggest cex.io. Now this is the same company, but this is their international trading platform, and the fees are actually much lower. When you're moving money in or out, for some reason, it's the same company, and I've used this many times. I've used it for years. It's a very good system. So that's just a little hack. cex.io. Make sure you've got the green symbol here to make sure that it's secure. But they do have an inbuilt wallet. I personally use blockchain. So in the UK, I use as my web wallet blockchain.info. And as you can see, there is a web wallet there. So that's a secure, and also they're insured. So they're insured against losses. We'll go through security and everything in a different video. But this is how you acquire Bitcoin. So it's just like a normal bank. You pay dollars in or pounds in, euros in, and you can exchange it for the day's rate that is shown on the markets. And you can then send that either to your web wallet, or you can send it to a downloadable wallet. So if we go back to Bitcoin and go back to the website, if you go to resources, you should be able to find somewhere where you can download a wallet. So bitcoins.org, areas where you can download wallets. And you can download, there's various different ones you can read up in your own time. We will be doing another video on these types of wallets. So these again are some of the places where you can buy and sell. So you need to find a merchant, you need to find, let's go back here. So you need to find somewhere where you can actually go to an exchange, and you can exchange to and from Bitcoin to get your Bitcoin, your Bitcoins to be able to move. So for bringing in your Bitcoins, you need to go to the receive Bitcoin button here, and then you will paste, here is your destination address, and you'll go send Bitcoins. So once you have your Bitcoins, they will appear in this section here. Now you see that I don't have any, because whilst it's in this area here, you are not earning any interest. So whenever I bring Bitcoins into this area, the web-based wallet in Bitconnect, the first thing you want to do is hit the exchange button, and this is a two-way button. You can see by the arrows left and right, so you can exchange Bitcoins into Bitconnect coins and Bitconnect coins back into Bitcoins in your Bitcoin wallet, and you can then use this area here to send Bitcoins back into your either your exchange wallet or into your wallet on your desktop. Okay, so you've got your Bitcoins, you've exchanged them, so you receive Bitconnect coins. Now, Bitconnect coins run the system, and this is the ingenious part of the system. When Bitconnect first started, when it was in beta phase, it was just Bitcoins, and then it was just a trading platform. You could trade between that and dollars, and it was just a trading bot. I say it's just a trading bot. That is one of the biggest features of the whole platform, and we'll go into that in more detail later on. So once you have Bitconnect coins, which appear in here, you will then be able to do many things with it. So number one, you will be able to exchange or lend that into the trading bot system. So this is where we transfer money. So you can't. This transfer button here is only for. It's only a one way. See the arrows go right. So this will only move money held in your local wallet, into your lending wallet, into your Bitconnect coin wallet. So once you have money here in your lending wallet, you can then do a process of reinvesting. So this is where the interest that you accrue daily on your initial investment, this is where your interest goes, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can either transfer it back into there and then transfer it back into Bitcoins and then exit and take your money and run, or you can reinvest. Now the reinvest option is about 90% of what I do in the Bitconnect system. And the reason why is because you get a varied rate per day compound interest, and it's the compounding of that interest that is so remarkable. We're going to do a video that shows you the compounding side. Now, we've spent a lot of time building a calculator that no one online has seen before. This is something quite special. So if you want to find out more, don't forget, before we go anywhere else, subscribe, hit the like button, and as soon as that video is available, we'll notify you. You're not going to want to miss that. We've already started recording that one for you. So we've got the lending and the reinvest area underneath on the home page. So this is the dashboard. You have the lend Bitconnect and the reinvest. So the reinvest here is utilizing any money that's in here. Now the minimum reinvest per day is $10, but there is a stacked version of reinvest with extra benefits for the more you put in. So this is part of the lending platform. There is a trading platform, we'll show you that shortly. So if you go to lend Bitconnect, it will show you here the different lending amounts. So the initial amount that you can bring into the system is $100. After that, it's multiples of 10. So you see here we've got the lending amount $100 to $1,000, $1,010 to $5,000, and $5,010 to $10,000. Now there's different areas where there's a capital release. So if you invest $100, that will go into the Bitconnect system as Bitconnect coins for 299 days, and then that is your principal. And when you put your principal in, you then cannot withdraw that principal for 299 days, but you do get the interest on that based on the volatility software robot that does the trading for you. You get the interest daily, and you can either take that out or you can reinvest it. Now if you do reinvest, you get your aggregated monthly or weekly or daily interest over time, which is compounded. So let's have a look at the system here. Let's look at how the interest works on the lending of Bitconnect coin. So here is the Bitcoin volatility software 5-day credited interest from the system. Now this is based on the trading of Bitcoin. So what you do, if we go back to this system here, you buy in to the system with Bitcoin. You then trade the Bitcoin for whatever the value is up here and up here. So say you bought over 1 Bitcoin, the value of your 1 Bitcoin would be $4,208. You will then buy however much you sell for, or a proportion of however many Bitconnect coins. So currently 1 Bitconnect coin is 0.029989 Bitcoins of its own value of $126.20. The most important thing, so I'll give you an example. When I bought into the system, Bitcoin was at its highest it's ever been. It was around $4,500, nearly $4,480. And this was a month ago. But the value of the Bitconnect coin was around $145. And you can say, whoa, hang on a minute, you've invested that money and the value of Bitcoin's gone down, or the value of Bitconnect coin's gone down. Well, it's volatile. It goes up and it goes down. Generally, because it's a deflationary currency, both Bitcoin and Bitconnect, the value will always long-term go up. That is historically fact. It can only ever go up. But it's based on the volatility, and it's based on the velocity of the coins and who's trading, who's dumping, who's holding. The most important thing, once you've bought Bitcoin into this wallet, the only thing that you should be worried about is this figure here. Now this is the ratio. This is the ratio between Bitconnect and Bitcoin. Now when I bought into Bitconnect for the first time and I brought my Bitcoins over, my exchange rate between the two was 0.027. So as long as this figure keeps going up, so the next logical step would be 0.03 or higher, that is the only thing that you need to be worried about when you're talking about your investment in Bitcoin versus your investment in Bitconnect. Now Bitconnect will always go up, but it has to be in relation to your investment, which is, the parity has to be correct. So that's the Bitconnect coin. Now we're going to talk a lot more about compounding interest. We've got a calculator that we were talking about earlier, which we will show you in another video. So you can talk about total investments, which is here. So the amount that you put into the system, including reinvests, show here. Active investment should be equal to your total investment, as long as you haven't taken any money out. Total earned is the amount of interest, the amount of profit you've made on your interest. So I'm now 30 days in, so I can probably show you. In the next video we're going to be doing one on the profitability calculator, which will really help you in using this system. So let's not digress too much. This is supposed to be an overview and I'm getting a little bit too detailed already. So simplified, Bitcoins into Bitconnect coins into your lending wallet. So your Bitconnect coins can be lent for the trading bot to do its work. So what is a trading bot? So a trading bot, in the terms of Bitconnect, is, now the way I understand it, it's more than just an automated bot like an FX exchange, where you have your own software and it bets based on set parameters that you put in. The Bitconnect trading bot is an AI. It's quite simple AI. It's not quite deep AI. In fact, it's nowhere near deep AI, but it is intelligent enough to look at market trends. And what it does is that it trades the Bitcoin that you invested when you came into the system, and it utilizes the gains it makes over a day. So if we go to the volatility software, and you can see the daily interest. So today, so this is pending. This is tomorrow's interest as of 1 AM, which will go on to all of my investments tomorrow. That's 1.85% just for yesterday on everything. So every time I reinvest plus my principal, I get the interest on that every single day. So every investment I've ever made, I get 1.85% on everything. Today was a bad day, 0.13. Day before, 1.85, pretty good. Day before, 1%, 1.51 before that, and then we had a 0 day. Now, some days you do get 0 days. And the reason why you never get less than 0 is that the Bitconnect trading bot never allows you to make a loss. It covers any losses that it may make. And the reason why is that it's called volatility software because cryptocurrencies are innately in their in their youth. I mean, Bitcoin is only 7 years old, 8 years old. Bitconnect is just over a year old. They do have large volatility. They have real trading, and it's speculatory. So that's the way the system works. It works on the trading, the daily trading and the daily volatility of the coin, of the value of the trades that are going on. Now you can actually trade in Bitconnect, and I'll show you the trading area shortly, but it will never ever give you a minus figure. It will never take interest away from you daily. It's a protection system. So obviously the trading bot does a lot better than the 0.15%. It's probably earned 6-7% today, the system. But you're guaranteed to take that volatility out, and when it gains, you gain a large percentage of it. And it gets credited to you in Bitconnect coins. Or it gets credited to you actually in dollars, dollar value, which you can exchange anytime for Bitconnect coins, which you can then subsequently immediately exchange for Bitcoins. So if you look at the volatility software, you can see here's the daily interest chart. So this is the figures that have been historically given on the dates that are listed below. 1.44%, 1.86%, 1.91%. So that is daily on your balance, on everything that you've invested. So every time you reinvest, you get that consolidated interest every single day, that compounding. And that's where the magic of the system works. Because 5 days of these kind of rates, and you wouldn't make that in your own bank. If you stuck $1,000 in your bank, you wouldn't earn in a year what the Bitconnect platform will earn you in 5 days, even at high interest rates. So if we look at the history, so you can see here, so real-time interest chart. So this is live. So the reason why this figure here dropped is because this is at 1 AM GMT. So this is where the day starts anew, and it starts boom from zero and starts again. So throughout the day, it shows you how the trades of the volatility bot are working. It doesn't matter if Bitcoin goes up or Bitcoin goes down. It can go up and down and up and down and up and down. It can end where it started, and you can earn a good value as long as there's volatility throughout the day, because the Bitcoin trading bot trades on the volatility. It anticipates peaks and troughs and tries to level it out. So if it's having a gain day, if there's a bull market, it will take those peaks and troughs, and then as it's doing well and as it's doing better and as the day progresses and it still looks like it's going up, it will then bet more and more of its Bitcoin assets into the system. And then when it sees a drop, it then consolidates throughout the day. So the system never lets you go negative, and today was a good day. We got 1.85%, which is a good day. So if you look over the last 7 days, the average interest rate per day, and when I say per day, it doesn't work in the same system like your fiat currency exchanges. They don't shut Saturday and Sunday. They don't clock in at 9 PM and 9 AM and clock off at 6 PM. These are 24-hour trades, 7 days a week, and you get paid interest 7 days a week. So the average rate for the last 7 days has been 1.15% compound interest. And again, we'll go through our compounding machine. We're going to be building an app which lets you be able to log in and make guesstimates, predictions on how your money will be working for you in the system. So the last 6 months, the rate has been 0.89% average per day. In the last 30 days, 0.97. It seems to be since the inception of Bitconnect. If you had started from day one, you would have averaged roughly just over 0.9% every single day compounding. And we'll look at the importance of compound interest and how this part of the Bitconnect platform will actually work for you if you just did the loans every single day. So again, we digress, so let's get rid of this. We're in this area here, lend Bitconnect or reinvest. So every day I refresh. Have I got any more today? 9:20. Nope, so it's a bad day today. So we can look at the history of everything that's in the Bitconnect wallet, where fees and where money is moved. We can then look at the lending wallet. So this relates to this figure here. So I'm being paid on today's, which was 0.13%. So that was a bad day. But every time I've made a reinvest, I actually get that 0.13 on every single reinvest. Here, here. So it's $10, $10, $10, $60, $10, $10, $10, 120 to 20, 50, 50, and you get the relationship, the ratio. So here, this is from the day before, 1.85%. On that $10 reinvest, today, or earlier on today, I earned 19 cents. I earned 93 cents on this, and this is from a payment, this is from a reinvest maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I get that payment on that interest every single day, compounded. So this is how in 30 days you can see, so I'm now on day 30 of my reinvests, total investment including, I started off with $2,250. At the time it was 0.5 of the Bitcoin. It was half the Bitcoin I invested just to dip my toe in. And already in 30 days, 1 month, I've earned 1,073, which is impressive. You wouldn't earn that in a year at a bank. But the power of compounding means that that will now start to snowball, because this time next month, all things being equal, at a rough rate of 0.9%, there'll be $3,000 in there, or $2,500 in there, within 90 days. I would have had my principal back and then some. I'd be then into 100% return on investment and then some. Now I've done the figures, I've worked out that my return on investment, for whatever the figure is roughly 73 days, based on that 0.9%. Again, if we look at the reinvest area, no, not that one, let's go back, let's close that. If we go to the lend Bitcoin and then go over to the volatility software and the interest gained, I've lost my page, you will see that everything over $1,010 you get an extra bonus of 0.1% per day, and you also get your capital release sooner, 2 months sooner, at 239 days. Everything over $5,010 to $10,000 you get 0.2%, and you get it back after 179 days. And then if you invest $10,010 up to $100,000, you get 0.25% extra per day compound interest, and you get your principal back within 3 months. So it encourages you to save, it encourages you to reinvest, and that's just one part of the system. There are 6 areas on this system that will allow you to make money, invest, and consolidate money that's in there. So let's go to the next part, which is the market. So this area of the market here is where you can actually withdraw and deposit Bitconnect coins or Bitcoins, which are from your lending wallet or from your Bitconnect wallet. And here you can see the history, the live chart of the price of the Bitconnect coins in dollars and the price as a percentage on Bitcoin. So you can see how it's performing over time, and you can see where the ratios, where you're earning money just by keeping money in your wallet. You don't even need to do a reinvest every day. So that's your live chart, and then here is your trading area. So this gives you a summary of the last bid. The 24-hour high was 127, last bid was 126, and then so you can, this is the buying and selling area. This is where, if you have a figure at the top in your Bitconnect area or in your Bitcoin wallet, you can then trade Bitconnect coins, and you can trade them for Bitcoin, and vice versa. Over here you can sell them. And then here is a list of live orders where you can buy and sell in real time. Now, if you're a buyer and a trader, or if you've used FX software before, then this will be quite familiar to you, and it's a really simple one-click bid to buy and sell. So you can make money just by putting $100 in and then just playing around with $10 at a time, waiting for the price to go up or waiting for it to go down, and buying and selling accordingly. You could make good money. I tend not to use this too much because I'm really set on the lending side, and I think most people that you speak to that use the system use the power of that. If they do have lots of money from referral fees, and they don't want to utilize that into the reinvest strategy that they've made for themselves, obviously there are calculators that will show you later on that will help you decide, where that money should go, whether, when is it a good time to buy in, when is it a good time to cash out. There's no point having all this money in the system earning great interest if it's just sat there doing nothing, or you're not utilizing it. So so that is another area here where you can actually trade in real time, Bitcoins, Bitconnect coins, or dollars. So there is another way to earn money. There's the referral system. Now, if you link up to me under my name, this is what the referring system is here. So if you join my network, you will be adding this area here, Roy Murphy or R Murphy. If I become your sponsor, then you will be able to join the network, and then there is a referral structure which I'll show you. So that referral structure starts off, if you are at the top of the tree, so say I become under you. You sign up, you tell me about it, I use your referral link. Every time I make a reinvest, you will get 7% of everything I put in, even on reinvest, even on daily reinvest. So say you put in $1,000, you will get $70 straight away, just for moving it in there. Then say I get $10 on day one, and then reinvest that $10 to get my compounding going. On that $10, on day two, you will then get 70 cents. So you get that on everyone who is in a level below you, who is your direct referee. So as a sponsor, you get 7%. Everyone under that, so everyone under that person, if they refer someone, you at the top of the chain also get 3%. Now, I've heard a lot about this before. People start getting funny. Oh, it's a pyramid scheme, it's a Ponzi scheme. We will be doing a video on both of these perceived issues. Bearing in mind there are some big structural, systems and businesses and conglomerates that use this system, this referral system, and it's there because it works. Bearing in mind that either Bitcoin or Bitconnect is not a central bank. And it's not a central bank because it doesn't need any centrality. It doesn't need workers, it doesn't need agents, it doesn't need clerks, it doesn't need investment bankers. The system is self-regulating, so it doesn't have those costs. It doesn't have to have those assets. It doesn't need to have a geolocale, and it doesn't need to have terms and conditions in a different country, in a different language for different people, with sales and product marketers and designers. And it just has the system, and it's there and it works. And that's the way that the protocol of the exchange, of the trading bot, it all works automatically based on computer code. And as a programmer and as a systems architect for the last 20 years, I find that fascinating because it takes out the middleman. You now have sovereignty over your investments, over your money, and you can speculate, and it is a speculatory system, and the system is designed to be able to support that system indefinitely. And that is another video. Again, bear in mind we're on video number 1, and I've already dragged it out long enough, so I think we should wrap it up soon. But all these videos are coming soon, in depth. We'll even be looking at code bases and looking at how the bot works and the AI behind it. So I hope you will join us. So let's just go back through a quick summary, quick overview on the system. So we have the network. Once you have logged in, or if you already are starting off and you don't have a sponsor, if you haven't been referred or nobody's told you and you've come across it, you can join our network. If your sponsor under the sponsor page says Bitconnect, you can actually change it. You can add to our network. So if you subscribe to our network and you want to have more information and help with all of our tutorials, you get all of this stuff for free. All you need to do is change your sponsor to me. You can actually join my group. My group is R. Murphy. And if you go down to your settings panel and you go to management tools under profile, it will say here your sponsor is Bitconnect, and you can change that. You can go to the edit section and just type in R. Murphy, or you can click the link under this video and it will give you the change system. So if you're new and you want to try it out for yourself, you can go down to the referral link at the bottom of this video, and if you already have played around with it but don't really know too much and want to learn more, and you want to subscribe to the video, then join me as a sponsor by editing the change there and sticking the username as R. Murphy. So that is the way of hacking the system to be able to join our network. Please feel free to comment, good and bad. Now we will be providing more information about the more videos that we're going to be producing. We have come up with at least 500 videos so far. Now they won't be all this slow because this wasn't very targeted in terms of information, but this is a kind of an introduction as to how the system works. We haven't clicked on anything, we haven't actually gone through the processes. We'll break those down into smaller videos as we go along. We will be looking at the calculator, in our next video, and that is something really to look forward to. This is a calculator. Even if you've used the system before and you've been using it for a long time, this will be invaluable. We'll be looking at the referral system, different types of wallets, how to use a Qt wallet, how to get staking. We'll be looking at daily reinvests. We'll be exploring the platform in detail. We're looking at how it works, and not just how it works, not just how it tells you it works, actually telling you in depth how the system works behind the scenes. We'll be looking at the trading bot, and we'll be looking at depth of trying to figure out how that works. We'll also be looking at, how can Bitconnect afford to pay out? I mean, that's a logical question. In a normal fiat system, this wouldn't work. You couldn't earn that kind of money in a fiat system, and there are various reasons that prevent you from doing it. And we'll go through the reasons why it doesn't in the real world, why volatility is the key, certainly in the early days. We'll be diving really deep into the code base for all you techies and all of you programmers. We'll be looking at the behind the scenes of how everything works. We'll be looking into the HTML, we'll be looking into the JavaScript. So if you're techie minded and you really want to understand the system like nobody else currently does, then that's going to be a good one. We're going to be looking at what the risks are. Obviously it's an investment platform. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm someone that understands the tech behind it, and I'm also, if you were going to pigeonhole me, would say, I'm probably more libertarian, even though we don't have that in the UK. There is that kind of movement in the States where, you want sovereignty from the money. You don't want the government controlling the import-export tying of a reserve currency to oil and gold or not gold. And, we'll be talking about all of that stuff. We'll be looking at how the volatility software works. We'll be looking at what is Bitconnect for, what is the ultimate goal, and what's in the roadmap, what's coming soon, and how will that affect you. So, you and the system will grow with you. And because we will be making videos every single day, we will be on that journey with you. So every time there's something pertinent in the news that affects the system, there will be ups and downs, there will be good trades, good days, bad days. But you have to weather the storm because the system is designed to win. I firmly believe in it. I wouldn't be doing this channel if I didn't. I've had some good gains. We'll go through my personal journey at another time, and we'll go through my daily routine and how I use the system. So we will be looking more in depth at the trading in Bitconnect, how to be your own bank. Things in the world aren't perfect, and there are things that will be happening, I imagine, in the next 6 to 9 months, especially with the US dollar. And we'll go through the reasons why I think that. This is a personal feeling, and I'll go through in detail what I think is happening. We'll go through things like risk versus reward. When should you cash out? Obviously, until it's in your pocket, it's not money. So it is money. It's a collateral. It's a commodity at this stage at which you're trading. We'll be doing daily reinvests. We'll be looking at day 60, day 90, day 180, first year. And then we're looking at exit strategies. We'll be looking at dispelling a few myths that I've seen on YouTube. We'll be looking at how the fee system works. We'll be looking at what the lender feedback system is. There's lots of intricate nuances within the system that you need to understand. How is profit generated? That's a good one. And how the Bitconnect exchange works. We've just glossed over that system. And then we'll also be looking at backup wallets, Qt wallets, staking, proof of work. We'll be going through mining. So these are all exciting videos to come soon. Now I know this has been a really drawn out video. It's probably been a bit boring actually as day one. Video number 1 was quite mundane, but if you can pick out any nuggets that help you, or you're looking forward to any of the information that we will be producing, please give us a like. Let us know how you thought about this video. If you want to see some more, let us know what videos you want to see and we'll add it to our list. But please like, please subscribe, and follow the links at the bottom. You've been watching the Bitconnect YouTube video channel. I'm Roy Murphy, and I'll see you in the next video.
This video was brought to you by Team Smurf. We bring you new videos each and every day. To join our team, click the referral link below this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and interact with us in the comments box below. Bitconnect, creating wealth for everyone.